The party is over. I'm Gen Z. I graduated high school in 2016, and I was 18 at the time. I remember the music. I was always a music head, and I was also very much like a loner. As I said, I dropped out of school, high school, but I came back, so there was like a period of absence where I just wasn't showing up to school. It was like I maybe missed a month of school. And during that time, I found drugs. And that's also one of the factors in my, I don't know, in my decline, I guess. I used a lot of drugs. I was just a troubled kid. Um, yeah, I remember it all like it was yesterday. I had gotten into a fight and I threw the laptop at the kid, and yeah, it ended up costing me my entire, what would I call it? Essentially, I ruined my life. Nobody was there to kind of like help me get through the emotions that I was feeling. I was very much heartbroken. I never I never experienced like okay, I should take that back. I've never been depressed because of a heartbreak, but I have been depressed because of girls. Like what started it all was this. I had this huge, I don't know. I had like an online relationship with a girl through a video game, and when her dad came to the computer and talked to me, he wanted me to to end the relationship with his daughter, and for some reason that just broke me. When I was a 14-year-old, and yeah, I just remember having a really bad day. Like just this one day, I was crushed. I went outside to go play some basketball. Like I left the computer because I was no longer talking to this girl, and so I just fucking moved on. But I didn't. But I was still very much heartbroken because of it. Like just depressed because I had no friends in school or in my new school. After this fight, I had to switch schools and start over, and be a new kid. And yeah, I just remember I was very much like an emo kid, and that's why I like Juice WRLD's music, because I feel like he he like I can live on through his lyrics. Like I really relate to them, and even Juice WRLD, like he even dated like a 16-year-old at one point. And yeah, I got into drugs, I guess, because of this it was because of a girl. I started just taking drugs, anything to help me uplift my mood. At first it was marijuana. uh I just went to an old friend's house and knocked on the door, and there it was. He served me a bowl of marijuana, and it was the first few times that I've gotten high. Yeah, so drugs were also a big part of my life. Um, I started smoking daily with this friend, and then he invited more friends. And at the time, marijuana was cool. Like, it was cool to smoke marijuana. We would, after school, we would all just be looking for the next high. And yeah, he kind of enabled me a little bit. I mean, I was still agreeing, like, I wanted to smoke, but it was only then, it was only a matter of time before we met this, we met this dealer, and he sold other things, which was Molly, which is MDMA or ecstasy, and it completely changed my world. Like, it just blew me away. I was maybe 16 or 17, and that was the first hard drug I've ever taken, was Molly. And it was a great high, and I got addicted on my first try. It was kind of scary how addiction plays out. Like, you could literally get hooked on just the first try. And the first few times I came out unscathed. Didn't do much damage. I still had my working memory. But then I started to abuse it. I started to want more. And I kind of broke my brain a little bit doing that. I remember I bought like 4 ecstasy pills. I remember this one kid was just selling it from the dark web, and at the time I didn't know anything about the dark web. Like, I didn't know how to navigate, so I would always buy through through people that I know. And yeah, he just gave it to me, well, for a price. And yeah, I ended up taking too much of it, and I remember going to the mental hospital. I was so depressed. I felt like I wanted to kill myself or something. And that was the first time I ever went to the mental hospital. I was 18. This was 2016, the summer of 2016, when I graduated high school. I didn't know how life could have been. Like, I had my whole life ahead of me. Why, I just wish I didn't live so fast. I wish I would have slowed down. But yeah, I was just a 18-year-old. Now I'm 27. But at the time, I had a lot of vigor. I had a lot of, like, energy, and just I was just so gone off the drugs. Like, I would stay up nights. Like, I would stay up the whole night. I would go to sleep at 4 or 5 in the morning once the drug was pretty much worn off. And yeah, I had many nights like that of just music blasting. I had a gaming PC. I would play Minecraft and what other games? And then eventually I bought Call of Duty, Black Ops 3. I also remember playing, a few other games, but just mainly Call of Duty. I would play these games high, and I would play a little bit better. And yeah, I was just in my own world. I wasn't thinking about a job. I was just having loads of fun. So much fun I had. I felt like I lived so many. It felt like I lived a lot. But but yeah, and then eventually I found LSD, and then I remember I would sometimes have bad trips, like I would freak out. Like like, I don't know, I always, sometimes I would have this feeling that the world is ending, something like that. And yeah, I would panic. I would be legitimately scared from these drugs that I would take but I kept doing it. And each time, I guess I was losing my grip on reality. Like, I thought maybe if I keep taking these drugs, I could become like a rock star or superstar. I even changed my name, like legally changed my name. I wish I could just start my life over. My parents actually gave me like $2,000 to legally change my name, to go to like I had to go to a lawyer and pay him to legally change my name. And I don't know, I just didn't want to be James Asmat anymore. I wanted to be somebody else. And I guess it stems from high school. Like, no, I was always like um like just a loner. Like, nobody knew of me, nobody was talking to me. I was kind of just like a ghost floating through high school. um and yeah, I wish I could start over. Like, that I started losing a lot of money. This is where like the money pits, like, this is where all the money went to. It's just these little projects that just never fruition that never came to fruition. And yeah, I remember I would hang out with other drug addicts. Eventually, I entered into a program that was about sobriety, and from there on, I started deleting my contacts because I was trying to avoid drugs, you know avoid contacting anybody who was um who was in knee deep addiction. And and yeah, I just remember the music. um there was so many songs. Like, music was booming at this time in 2016. Oh man, like, I was so high. I was literally like living like a hippie. No joke, I was a hippie. And I wasn't working. I was having fun with my drugs. And the music wasn't my music, but I would write lyrics. I remember I would write lyrics in this book. Eventually I threw out those lyrics because I thought to myself, I wrote these lyrics when I was high, so maybe I want to change. I want to be sober. So I threw out the notebook. But yeah, there would be many nights where I would write lyrics. I would get really, really just zooted. Like, the drugs would just take me to a faraway place, an imaginary place. And I was happy. I was deluded. Um, yeah, like, I just, I just was doing my own thing. And I kind of, if I had more connections back then, maybe I would have done better. But now, yeah, like, the party's over. Like, 2016 was 10 years ago. It's I can feel it. I can feel the end of an era right now. Like, it's the end of my generation. It, like, all the songs, all the music from back then, like Justin Bieber or Drake, um, just, I don't know. It was an era, and now I wake up to the consequences of my actions. No money. I fucking look like a bum wearing this shirt. I've been wearing the same clothes for like 4 years now. I bought this in 2021, I think. And I still have it. I'm still wearing it. That's how broke I am. from not working that whole. Oh wait, I would have jobs. I remember I would have jobs, but I would quit on the spot because I didn't know how to navigate the workforce. I didn't know. I thought you were allowed to just quit on the spot, this isn't slavery. Like we can just. But yeah, now I know that you're not supposed to quit on the spot. You're supposed to be more cordial. And so, yeah, drug addiction played a big part in my life. I lost a lot of jobs. I remember this pizza place hired me for like a week, and I wasn't doing so good. I used the money to buy more drugs and stay up another night. And the next day, I just didn't come in to work because I was so tired from partying all night. And yeah, that's just my life. It was a fucking crash course. I was even given a new car. Well, almost new car, but I was driving like a 2014 Lexus IS 250. It was a gift from my father. And yeah, he kind of spoiled me, I guess. Which I don't know if I should thank him or not. But yeah, I was spoiled. I was just a troubled youth. I didn't know where to go. Like I didn't know. I just wish somebody would have taken control of my life and just man, like all the mistakes that I've made, it just comes into my head. And now I see, I see the new generation coming up. I'm not young anymore. I'm not a kid anymore. Even though I behave like one. Yeah, I just remember going to the psychiatrist many times, and instead of taking the prescribed like medications like these, instead of taking those, I would take real drugs. Like I would have LSD on hand. Like I would have 10 tabs on me, and I would break it up for the week, and then every week I would switch off between LSD and ecstasy, and I was just so high out of my mind. I just can't believe it that the party's over now. Now it's not cool to take drugs anymore. I don't think I should. I think I'm high as is. Like I'm still fucking scared of life, and that's why I take these pills. And just look. Like, I need these to go to sleep. Yeah, so I take these. It gives me some reassurance that, nothing crazy is gonna happen. Yeah, and then I remember taking shrooms as well. Yeah, I was just a very drugged out kid. But yeah, now it's over. Like, I wasted it. But life doesn't end at 27. I gotta find a way to move on. I gotta find meaning in my life, purpose. I want to go back to school. I have to if I want a better job. Um, yeah, I just don't, I can't give up. Oh man, I wish I could show you guys like the movie that's playing in my head right now, like the my of what I've seen back then, like in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. I remember I was going to college, and then after the drug phase, like I decided to get sober, but then I got addicted to like a legal high, which were these caffeine pills. And I guess I got addicted to caffeine, and it would make me kind of aggressive. Uh, for some reason, I just thought I was better than everyone because my brain was working like so quickly. It changed my behavior, but I guess in a bad way. In the beginning, I was I was doing great. Like I thought I found this new thing. Caffeine pills, I thought they were the next best thing. Like I don't have to be impaired. I could actually work. And yeah, that ended up being a disaster because of course I ended up abusing everything, every substance that I choose. And eventually I kept taking those daily. I was getting really angry. Like I would throw things, I would shout. I was very much an unstable young adult. And yeah, I kept taking that, going to work on it. Like I would work I worked as like a landscaper, and that was a really hard job, and I didn't, I wanted a boost, but I didn't need that boost. Nobody told me that, I didn't need it. I was convinced it was making me better, but no. Eventually I ended up getting arrested. I think in 2023. That's where I crashed and burned. Like I was so out of my mind. Like I was really angry at that time in my life. I was jealous of my brother. I guess because his life was going well, and my life was just, I don't know. My life is just, it's not good. And yeah, I remember I got arrested. It was because I broke a car window. I got into a fight with another random passerby, and I was acting disorderly. And yeah, and I landed in jail for one night. My mom had to pick me up from the jail, and from there on, I was able to see the problems with me. I was very much erratic, like I couldn't sit still. It was because of all the caffeine pills that I took. It would, I remember, it would give me jitters. Like I would just be jittery, like always overstimulated. And I started to develop like tardive dyskinesia, which is like involuntary muscle movements. I started to experience that. And yeah, it was a big problem. I was, for some reason, I was so overstimulated that I don't know, I would just act impulsively. And yeah, and then I just ended up Um, eventually, after I got arrested, I stopped taking those caffeine pills because now I know what they do, where they lead to. Um, I gotta maintain sobriety completely. I think my brain is just tired now. Yeah, I don't want to be under the influence of anything now. And yeah, so I lost my car. I lost money. I lost friends. So yeah, that's the end of an era. Uh, like I have nothing to look forward to now. I've stopped growing. My day, I think the best days of my life are behind me now, which is so sad to say. That's why I'm scared, or I'm scared of the future. Um, yeah, I just can't get. Um, I'm having like a midlife crisis. That all the best days, like, can you believe it? How you take a second to think back on your life and ask yourself, are your best days behind you now? Like, have we stopped having best days ever? Like SpongeBob used to say, it's the best day ever, best day ever. Yep, that was my era. Drake, Future, uh, Justin Bieber, SpongeBob. What else can I remember? Young Money. Yeah, like, I just can't believe that it's over.